we wanted to show you an overview. Followed by that, the next segment is to tell you more about the structure of the program and how the sessions will be conducted, and to answer any questions that you have for this training. So I'll start with my introduction. So my name is Mohit, and I have a PhD in computational biology and over 40 publications on various research topics, research problems that I was able to collaborate and work with different scientific groups. And in Pine Biotech, we are helping students to achieve some of those outcomes through specific sort of training, which are very targeted. And today we are going to discuss this great opportunity to learn about a very innovative, incoming, and very important field of life science, which is precision medicine. And it's training that we have designed that is something that you will not be able to find elsewhere. So about the sessions, the way we have scheduled this entire program includes a lot of resources that you can learn and take on your own. So you will have your own time at which you can learn from these resources, which we will be sharing throughout the program. However, we will also have live sessions, which are like 10 live sessions, which we have scheduled for the month of June and July, where we will be discussing about these several topics, and you'll have an opportunity to discuss and ask the mentors while we go through these topics and discuss several of these projects and case studies that Ilya was mentioning. But before that, like, I think the best place for me to show you this is the Learn page, where we have put all of this together. If anyone can confirm that, if Sonalika, if you can confirm, or Ilya, you can confirm if you can see my browser as well.
Yeah, we can see it.
All right, perfect. So
Yes,
as I was saying, that this is the first orientation session where we wanted to take you through the program and tell you that why we are conducting this program, what are the benefits, and what we are going to go through this in this entire research-based experience. So it's very important to understand that what will be the flow, when will be the sessions held, and how much access you will have for all of these resources. So we have put together this program page on Learn OmicsLogic, and this is the link for this page that you'll find in the chat. So in here, we have described the sessions with dates and the topics that will be covered. Along with that, very interestingly, you'll find the associated resources hyperlinked in this page. And this is a great place to overview the entire program, because we will have the first session on 14th of June, which will be the start of the program, where we will be discussing and taking you through the specific specialized sessions with expert. But before that, like the time that you have, we will encourage you to take the program and start with some of the preparatory materials that we'll be sharing once you register. So we will talk about the registration towards the end of this webinar, where we will be taking you through the different subscription levels that we have and the benefits within those levels. But before that, let's discuss the sessions one by one and the resources that it associates with it. So the first session, we are going to start with a major problem, the cancer research problem and cancer problem that Ilya was describing in much detail. So without taking much of your time, I'll just like to tell you that we are going to start with some of these case studies where a lot of NGS, a lot of data science, and a lot of other technologies are used. So we have these different examples for you to learn from. So we will be discussing about the complexity of cancer and where bioinformatics is used, where this entire big data is being how this data is being generated, and then what are the different ways we can visualize this data, understand what is in there, and where to look for. So we have also included some of these project examples for you to get started and understand and look at the overview. So if you click on some of these links and open it in a new tab, so you'll find out that what kind of material is associated with one of these lessons. So I already have a subscription here, so I've been able to go into each of these courses and see that how a detailed lesson is provided within these links. Now, after the first session, where we'll be introducing about the cancer problem, and where the application is, we will learn about some of the emerging and important technologies through which we can find some of the interesting facts that Ilya was describing. about finding specific mutations, understanding how to analyze genomic data. So the next session, which would be on 16th of June, we will be discussing about the next generation sequencing method and application of genomics, where we will be learning about from the very beginner level. We have materials put together on genomics. So there is a course 3 on Learn OmicsLogic that describes the genomics from a DNA point, from a beginner level, where you're learning about DNA and its structure, to the big data and like how do you interpret, how do you map variants, how do you detect and find those small changes, which is equivalent to finding needle in a haystack. So the first session, after the first session and the second session, which would be on genomics, we will be going through a case study. And this is a very interesting case study on oncogene variant calling. And again, you can always go to this page and check for yourself these links, and go to these links and understand that what this project would be all about and what this session will be about and what we'll be covering. So here there's an example of a new project on oncogene variant calling that we'll be covering in this case study session, where we will be discussing about, like, understanding that how mutations and variations accumulate with time and are passed on to the progeny, and then how do you find this prominent mutation that could help you find answers to some of the major problems when we are looking at a strategic plan to stop or design clinical trials for these cancer studies. So understanding that would be understanding genomics and understanding how genomics can be applied and how genomics is applied in real research. So it's a part of OmicsLogic training that you have to go through some of those data sets that we have put together from high value publications, from peer reviewed articles, and also data sets that are really digested well in the community and have a translational research outcome. Followed by that, we have a session on 23rd, which describes the transcriptomics data analysis. Because when we are talking about precision medicine, we are describing that how different types of data helps in understanding how we can come up with a solution strategy which is much personalized and helps in finding those answers within small cohorts. So here we are looking at gene expression data. We are trying to understand that how do you interpret and analyze gene expression data using statistics, using machine learning, unsupervised machine learning. So we will start understanding about analyzing the transcriptomics data using different algorithms and workflows on Bioinfo platform, as well as applying downstream analysis processes to visualize, to understand the nature of the data and the patterns from the data using machine learning methods. So from here on, we will be learning about different machine learning methods that could be utilized in understanding and visualizing and interpreting the data that is generated from these experiments, where we have patient samples, where we have cell line data, where we have data from mouse models, and all of these data resources is something that are playing huge role in everyday's research, in like cutting edge research. So how do you find these data sets is something that we are going to cover in the next session, which would be an amazing session, because understanding how to analyze data and then finding data kind of summarizes it all, that how one can go about a new research, how one can develop a research question. So these 5 sessions are going to cover some of the major aspects, including some of these important data repositories such as NCBI SRA, NCBI GEO, and TCGA Cosmic, and all of those that you might also be interested of. And you can also be a part of these sessions by registering for the program and ask and add your own areas and discuss with us, and so that we can help you in understanding more. The next session is again a case study on modeling cancer precision medicine, where we will be taking you through this project. You can obviously take a look at this link also. So this project tells about breast cancer data again, and finding genomic mutations and understanding that how different types of responses to treatments are integrated with different types of omics data. So this will include machine learning as well as use of omics data and integrating the drug response, so that you understand that how this is applied in precision medicine, which is very relevant to the program. So after this session, we have a session which is more focused towards clinical diagnosis, because we are talking about precision medicine. So we are talking about different types of challenges that the world is facing, which includes multi-drug resistance, which includes finding stage specific interventions and all of that. So we'll be learning about different case studies here. We will be learning about how viruses and how bacteria, how pathogens are also causing some of the major diseases which we were not able to correlate before without the analysis of big data. But with the help of big data and different types of big data, we've been able to analyze and correlate and understand that how this plays a role in clinical diagnosis. Now, as we were discussing before, and we went through this entire overview by Ilya Brodsky, where we learned about that not only cancer, but a lot of analysis, and especially after the COVID outbreak, has been done for infectious disease research, where precision medicine is playing a vital role. So from cancer, we will move to another important aspect of human health, which is infectious diseases. Here we will learn about host response to viral infection. Then we will learn about the COVID-19 case study that we have put together. So there is also a project that we will be discussing in this session, and you can also check this project 2 that we have on COVID, which is available on Learn portal, where we will be discussing about as we discussed also, like how this affects the host, and also what are the different transcriptional signature when we have a treatment. So understanding from a drug response level to understanding how at a genomic level this plays a role when we are looking at the genome of the virus itself. So, I mean, very exciting sessions that we have put together. So after July 14th, we have July 19th, which is like the final session, where we are going to discuss how all of this information makes sense for you to work on your own project. Different case studies, putting together a logic from developing from introduction to developing a research question and finding results, and then validating it and trying to work on a research project. So advancements in precision medicines areas and opportunities, and also like this includes the opportunities that are there with which we are sharing regularly on our social media handles. So this is what we have put together for you to learn in this summer program, which is Bioinformatics for Precision Medicine. And I'll be happy to answer any of questions so far if you have about the schedule, about the sessions, about the timing, about the time commitment that you need to go through all of this. So please feel free to ask your questions in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer those. Next, we will be taking you through the registration process and telling you what different subscription models that we have that actually helps every individual participant to get this personalized experience for learning precision medicine and application of bioinformatics in precision medicine.